is in a soul that's stirred, and it needs shelter from its own bones. Keep it in, send them to me. I'll ease their burden. Send them to me. I'll go home, yeah. When I'm gone, I'll be gone. Remember what you did wrong. When I'm gone, I'll be gone. Remember what you did wrong. Took all of my money and my best friend. You know the story. Here it comes again. I have no pride. I have no shame. Make it rain. Make it rain. Since you're gone, deep inside it hurts. I'm just another sadness on this dark earth. I wanna believe in the mercy of the world again. You gotta make it rain, make it rain. Why? Stretched out alone. I need to be under, and the wind starts moaning. I'm not able, I just can't. Open up the heavens, make it rain. I'm going to heaven, crushed at the gates, sharpening their knives on my mistake. What she done, keep giving it. You just gotta make it rain, yeah. Without your love, without your kiss, hell can bring me more than this. I'm burning up with all this pain. Without the fire, make it rain. I'm on trouble on the face. It's not a promise I can't escape. It's the same old world, but nothing looks the same. Gotta just make it rain, yeah. Make it rain.
Raspberry Beret, take 24.
Yeah! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Alright. Well, I was working part-time at a five and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times that he didn't like the kind, 'cause I was a bit too leisurely. It seems that I was busy doing something close to nothing, but different than the day before. That's when I saw her. Woo! I saw her. She walked in through the outdoor. She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. If it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry beret. I think I love her. Yeah! Come on! Well, feels like she was. She had the nerve to ask me if I planned to do any harm. So look at here. Put on the back of my bike and we went riding down by old man Johnson's farm. Now overcast days never turn me on, but something about the clouds in her midst. She wasn't too bright, but I could tell when she kissed me. She knew how to get her kiss. Hey, raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. If it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry beret. I think I love her. Yeah! Rain sounds so cool when it hits the bottom groove, and the horses wonder who you are. Thunder drowns out with the lightning seeds, and you feel like a movie star. Listen, to say the first time it ain't the greatest, but I tell you, if I had the chance to do it all again, oh, I wouldn't change a stroke, 'cause baby I'm the moon, with the girl as fine as she walked in. Lordy, Lordy, raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. If it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry beret. I think I love her. Hey, raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. If it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry beret. I think I love her. Yeah! Come on! Yeah, yeah, yeah! All right. Come on! Yeah!
Okay.
Standing in the middle of station downtown, where many dreams go to die. All the faces Well, I don't go to church on Sunday. I don't get down on my knees to pray. I don't memorize the books of the Bible. I got my own special way. I know Jesus loves me, maybe just a little bit more. I fall down on my knees every Sunday at Zarelda's candy store. Well, got to be a chocolate Jesus, makes me feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, keeps me satisfied. I don't want no apple. I don't want no almond joy. There ain't nothing better, more suitable for this boy. Well, the only thing that'll pick me up later than a cup of gold, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus, can satisfy my soul. Well, when the weather gets rough, whiskey in the shade, it's best to wrap your savior up and celebrate. He flows like only money, but that's okay. Pour him over ice cream for a nice party. Got to be chocolate Jesus, makes me feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, keeps me satisfied. Come on! Chocolate Jesus, makes me feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, keeps me satisfied. I said, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus, makes me feel good inside. It's got to be a chocolate Jesus, keeps me satisfied. Where the Holy Broken, y'all?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Come sit beside me. That'll do for now. The night has come and left me just the light that you allow. Come speak my name, fill my head with all such foolish dreams. My flesh and blood is no more real to me than what it seems. My love for you is burning like a spark along with you. I feel your mark upon me now, as surely as the hand that leaves the bruise. Life is for the living, and life comes on to start. The rest of us, flesh and blood, make it hard on our own. All I wanted was the freedom to refuse, something on my own to love enough to hate, to lose. The fear in my brain is leaving smoke behind, with a part of me that wants to change. That's the part of me that come see the golden light, 'cause I turn the golden light on. Sometimes God knows you got to shine, 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 shine on the road. I stepped out of the darkness, and for a moment, I'm only living by your kiss, your kiss, your kiss, your kiss, your lips, your kiss. But for now, just for now, our flesh and blood is more real than this. 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 are. Truck Stop Mixtape. Saturday night, y'all. This is me, Gio. Thank you for being here. So cool of you to show up. It's crazy. These are crazy times, and we need to take care of each other. And tonight, we're going to try to do a little bit of that. I've got my boys from the Holy Broken joining me, and I don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. Secrets might be spilled. Some music will be played, and for sure, good times will be had. I want to say off the top here that we're doing this fundraiser for Feeding America. All you have to do is go to www.truckstopmixtape.com and donate. Give a little, give a lot. I ain't stopping you. Whatever your heart feels, put it out there. We're doing it for Feeding America. People are hungry. People need to eat. It's the holiday season. Come on, give a little. And speaking of giving a little, I am not going to waste any time, and I'm going to bring these fools on. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Holy Broken.
Huge.
And Persico guitar, Toby Keil on bass, and Mr. Kevin Browne, Mr. Drums, Kevin Browne. How you doing, guys?
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Hear you loud and clear. Hear you loud
Excellent.
and clear. How you guys been, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Hang in there, man.
Hanging in there, hanging in there.
Yeah.
You guys done your Christmas shopping and all your holiday situations tidied up?
Early on.
Yeah. You got the trees up.
Nice.
Very nice. I'm still trying to figure out what that chicken in the can thing was that you texted over right before the show started, but
Oh
I'll
my
look
God,
at that
was
afterwards.
horrible. That was horrible. I'm gonna have to show that. That was crazy. I've
Don't
never
listen
seen
to
it
me.
before. But I'm gonna start things off right away. I want to play this video because we've got some videos to play. This is our song. It Never Snows in California. And Toby, I hear you. I can hear you, Toby.
I can hear someone's little dog in the background.
That's my dog. That is my dog. He's whining.
Oh, if you look behind me, there's my cat making sure the marshal's safe.
The marshal is safe.
Oh, yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, sorry,
No worries.
Toby. We can hear you though.
That's good. But you guys it's just coming in and out. So ask these guys all the questions, Gio. I'll just sit and listen.
I'll answer for Toby.
There you go.
I'll show you guys the tree, though. Sally wants you to see.
Yeah, let me
tree.
see.
There it is.
Nice.
Ooh,
Christmas.
pretty.
Nice.
Very
Nice
nice. Merry Christmas, you guys.
We're getting there. We're getting there. That's good.
It's not
That's good.
that.
That's good.
It's not the headphones.
Well, let me play this video. Let's all get into the spirit. This is It Never Snows in California. Not exactly a Christmas song, but it's definitely a song about not feeling like you're home, especially during the holidays. And this is it. Here you go. 3, 4.
That I call home. Looks like my mind played a trick. When come December, I feel no cold. Many years living with this, under my knees, below my soul. The clouds are winding, but the sun keeps shining, and I can't tell if I'm getting old. Well. Never shaking. Ain't no use coming up when you can't tell the time. Another day, same old ways. Remake, reboot, recycle and design, yeah. It never snows in California. As a matter of fact, it barely rains some days, some days. It never snows in California. Holidays ain't the same. Come on, people, now. It never snows in California. As a matter of fact, it barely rains some days, some days. It never snows in California. Holidays ain't the same. Why am I still a stranger in a place that I call home? Why am I still a stranger all alone? It never snows in California. As a matter of fact, it barely rains some days, some days. It never snows in California. Holidays ain't the same. Come on, people. It never snows in California. As a matter of fact, it barely rains some days, some days. It never snows in California. Holidays ain't the same. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey, hey, all right.
It never snows in California.
Nice job.
Hold on, we got a Toby here in the mix. Hey,
Is that better?
how you doing, Toby? Any better, Toby?
No headphones on.
Still the same? No.
He looks like Grumpy Cat right now.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. I need to say real quick, thank you to Wendy Star Moore and Yuka for donating. Yay! Come on. Round of applause.
Thank you, sweetie.
Round of applause. I didn't know if maybe we should give a little guitar lick to anyone who donates. Can you play a little something?
Did that come through?
Yeah.
It did. It could be a little bit louder.
Okay. Oh, did you say that?
Did I just tell the guitarist to turn up his instrument?
You did. Just give me a second. I'll fix that real fast.
Milo.
Real quick, I just wanted to say something about that last song. It Never Snows in California. Do you remember how we came about with that little tune, Scotty?
I do. I sent you. I sent you a file, and then you came back and said, "I wrote a song. I'm not going to tell you which lick you sent, but here's the song." And I think I was doing. You know, I love these open. Right. So I just love that. Well, you guys know, you get bored with it. I bring so much of that shit in, but I still don't know what the original file I sent you was.
Well, that's because it was it was a little faster.
Oh,
that was the one that when I love the riff, and I wrote these lyrics to it, and once I started singing it, I realized that it sounded like Sweet Home Alabama.
Well, yes, and that would be right where I was playing.
And it was just one of those things that, like, I'd heard it. I thought, oh, this is a great song. This is gonna be cool. And then right there in the background, Sweet Home Alabama started playing, and I was just like, okay,
no, can't be that.
So I was ready to just throw it into the pile of half-baked ideas and
we have that.
It's a big pile. It's a big pile. But I don't know if you remember this, but right after, it was like one of those. It was a weird 70s station that was like a Sirius FM kind of thing. And right after Sweet Home Alabama, that Hot Chocolate song played.
Oh yes, that's right.
Winner. And it's just like the slow pace of it. This is like, everyone's a winner, baby. That's and the guitar riff in it. And I was just like, wait a minute. I went back and pulled back the song. And when I came back to rehearsal, I said, guys, listen to this. Listen to this Hot Chocolate song. Let's do this to these chords and that's how we slowed it down. And then it was just all of a sudden it found its.
It was great. That was I was like, how do because me, until The Holy Broken came, everything for me was Allman Brothers and Leonard Skinner, Aerosmith, that sort of stuff. It was straight, and that's awesome stuff. I mean, I could listen to that stuff until the day I die. But when you said you brought that tune, it's like, okay, I remember hearing that song, and how am I gonna go from Allman Brothers to that? And then once we built the bridge, it was a little rope bridge. Once we did, it's like, well, shit, that's really nice. And then the song, one of my favorite songs. I mean, sometimes at the park when we were playing it, I just let my guitar ring in that G. I'd just pull up on it, and then I might take my hand off the guitar, and you guys would be doing your thing. You maybe never knew, but I had tears in my eyes. Just the sound of the band, certainly the song, because I relate to what it's about. Sweating. Yeah, well, that too. That too. By the way, how's that volume now on my guitar?
It's a little better.
Right?
Still could be louder. I don't know how your neighbors feel about it.
Lottery today.
We're celebrating. We're beginning the Christmas thing. We're trying to get the holiday spirit.
There we go. I turn my headphone down, and
there you go. Look at that. Toby's got it.
Dude. Nice. Okay, but does it say Marshall?
The holiday season.
There we go. So here we go. That all right?
It definitely sounds a little better, man. Definitely sounds a little better. I want to just remind people about our fundraiser here. Please, it ain't hard, y'all. Do what you can. Just go to truckstopmixtape.com. It'll take you to the Facebook fundraiser, and then it'll take you a link to the live show again. But don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Look at these 4 people here who are well fed.
I represent that comment.
Others are not so blessed. So please do what you can. Donate a little bit. Donate a lot. It's all good. Let's get into the spirit. We're doing it for Feeding America. How are you guys doing? I just always kind of catches me off guard to start the show.
Kevin, you start.
All right, yeah.
Behind you over there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm doing good, man. Thankfully, we put those couple videos together. That kept me pretty busy last week. It's always good to stay busy. Still teaching lessons online. Not doing any playing. Not like we talked maybe a month ago or something. Was just playing a little bit. That was the last time. With all the shutdown and everything. I haven't been going anywhere except for grocery stores and stuff like that. So no playing. But just trying to keep busy, and the weeks are flying by to me. I don't know about you guys, but it's like I'm constantly looking at my family like, how's it Thursday again? How is it? How are we? How is it? Weeks they're flying by.
I feel like new days are being formed. That it's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's like Friday, and then it's
and
crazy.
You're getting ready for your big birthday.
Oh yeah, my big 40th birthday when I'm going to be old.
Old man.
Yes.
Yeah.
The baby in the band.
He is. You could call him Baby Kev.
Baby Kev.
Baby Kev. Gonna be 40 soon.
How you feeling about that, man? How you feeling about that? Any pressure? Any pressure?
I mean, that's fucking crazy. I feel good, like young, but I mean, does that change
old, man.
as soon as Wednesday comes?
Is young.
Yeah. You know what? That's the thing I hear. So everybody that's over 40 is like, 40, fuck, 40 is nothing. You fucking youngin.
Yep.
And Gio, just thanks for putting this together because it kept my mind busy of just this. At least it was almost like looking forward for a gig or something. Like getting together with you guys again, something like that. And I feel just as unprepared.
Dudes, can you remember just less than a year ago how much we were playing and how hard we were working?
Yeah,
we were.
Sucks.
Yeah,
but just the sheer amount of work. I mean, I exercised every musical bone in my body just to keep up. It was great. But
I know.
So wait, 3 bones?
Yeah. 72 and a half. This is the primary one here.
Let's keep it on the birthday boy. Kevin, I asked you guys some questions before the show, and you had mentioned that your favorite song was "You're No Good to Me." You're no good for me.
Yeah.
No my own song. And you said it was like you wrote it, and
yes,
and I want you to explain a little bit about that so I can play the song.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a musical relationship, and it didn't work out. And when a couple lines that stick out for me were in the verses. Oh man, I listened to you. I mean, this isn't correct because I'm a little nervous, but I put
the 3 of us. How do you got
play you on repeat, back to back. I bust your tracks. I sing your songs. You got 5 LPs stacked back to back. Whatever it is.
Yeah,
that's exactly. It was like learning the songs, doing it, and everybody that was friends and family was like, I don't. This was the leap to LA. This was my moving from Pennsylvania to Los Angeles, and it felt like everybody was like, I don't know about this guy's no good for you. And I was like, maybe not. And I would have quit you 3 hangovers ago. You're no good for me. Definitely sticks with that. But it felt, when I listened to that song, I feel like I could have written it for that situation. And I actually feel people could actually think that. They'd be like, oh, Kevin must have done that. Because a lot of learning the songs, I was coming into the band when a lot of these songs have already been created. And so a lot of it was just learning, what felt good musically. And then I had to go and study what they meant lyrically and what you're really actually saying, because I was just thinking verse, chorus, ride, hi-hat, drop out, stuff like that. Like I couldn't really pay attention to, what they meant or but that is one song that, like I said, I just I love the feel of it too.
I love
And I remember learning it, and I remember trying to do the intro and taking like 10, 15 times because it's Scott starts diddling, and I'm like, you're like, no, it's faster, and I couldn't catch it, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't like a song that I just fell right into. It was like, oh my god, the one song that I can't hit the intro on, you know.
It's because of Toby. It was a Toby.
I know,
Hey,
I know.
leave me out of this.
Hey, he can hear.
But yeah, if I think of anything after we hear it, maybe some other lyrics, I can brush up on it,
man. This is your chance
Good.
now. You got to speak
That's it.
now, or
play the song, man.
oh, this is us playing the song at Trip in Santa Monica, a place that we love to play, and a place that we hope is there when we all get back. Here's You're No Good For Me. Scotty, can you play a little music? These are Kevin's Desert Island picks. I asked these guys to give me some albums that they couldn't live without, some things that remind them of great things. And Kevin, our birthday boy this week, Pick Live at the Park, The Holy Broken.
You
You want to say something about it, Kev?
Yes.
you hear me,
Oh,
Kev?
yes. I love that CD, and I will never tire of it. It's in my car. I play it all the time. Yes. I play that CD all the time, and I, like you said the last time, I'll never forget the day we made it, we released it, and you know, what's funny is it came out so great, but when we were playing it, you know, it didn't, not that it didn't feel that great, but it was a lot of just nervousness and trying to get the parts right, and the way it came out was so smooth, especially something like when you did when we did the last song,
In the lights.
everybody get
Find
somebody.
somebody.
When
Yeah, find
when
somebody.
you got the crowd to sing along with you, find somebody. You know, we never really rehearsed anything like that, the breakdown and getting the crowd, but the way that it came out was so great. You would think that we would have. I mean, we came back in right away, and you know, it's just great. And I listen to it all the time. I really do, and I'm so proud of it.
Hey, Tenpen, pipe down.
can't hear me, can you?
The
Yeah,
thing
we can
about
totally
it
hear
too,
you. We can totally hear you.
I'm supposed to be on mute. Sorry. This little red light is on.
I wonder what it's like living with you.
Oh, it says
No,
that was great because we were at a time in the band when you
Scott.
guys really wanted to release an album, and you had already done some stuff in the studio, but it really wasn't connecting, and it was like, well, what are we going to do? How are we going to do the stuff we did in the studio? And Gio, you're like, let's all of a sudden one practice, you're like, let's just like fucking do it live. Let's just go to the park and like invite all your friends, you know, like we'll do it live. And we did it. We did it live, and it sounds great, man.
I just love that we had the Park Bar residency, right? So we recorded it live 1 month, and then the next month we had the CD release party, and it was perfect.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was well timed with the pressure on you.
On all of us.
The CDs came in on Friday, didn't we? For the park on Saturday? I can't remember.
Something like that. Yeah. But it
Never
just
would have happened without the Park Bar.
That's
right.
right.
It never would have happened.
Hey, Kendra.
Shout out to Kendra and everyone that played with us at the park and all that energy there and all those awesome people.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna mention real quick. Park your ass at home. The Park Bar tradition continues with Jeff Snyder and Kendra. They have this thing on Instagram. Park your ass at home, and you can find it on Facebook too. But look them up. Party continues, and yeah, no, that's the CD thing was definitely. It was just I think out of frustration of having attempted to start like an album recording several times. And we're like, we went to the studio once, we did this, and it was just like, let's just do it live. Let's just do it. You know, what the whole, you know, and what do we need? We just need some microphones and a recorder.
Yeah.
But man, so easy. We were nervous that night. Just so the people know that we're not like as perfect as we're trying to come across as. We actually had 2 sets that night.
Yeah.
Well, we did the songs twice. So we played 1 set early, and then a band played between us. I think it was that number Cat Band, right?
Yeah.
And then we played again and did the same exact set. And the funny part is that I think that most of the songs came from that second set.
They did, except for I think Through the Night. I think that was definitely one that came from the first, but I think they all did come from the second set.
Do you know
years?
The amount of playing I put in before we did those 2 sets just to get my hand? Oh my God! I maybe 20 hours that week. So by the time, no. Oh, okay, you son of a bitch. No, so by the time we got to the park, we're ready to go, right? It's like, here goes the first set, and I play like a bat out of hell, and now my hands, they're like in Chicago. They're no longer with me. So the second set was like, woo, but it worked.
It worked.
You with a hat.
I remember being very nervous just right before we were playing because I was just afraid that the equipment wasn't gonna work or.
Well, you remember the laptop? In the first set, the laptop I think went
Oh,
down.
it did.
So yes, and we're playing
Yeah.
something, just hollering away, and then I had a rhythm
That was
part that I could just chunk on, and I'm looking over watching the laptop with my left eye.
I remember that.
Man, it was flying by the
And
seat
then
of my
I
pants.
started thinking like, shit, like this isn't gonna work. But it did.
It did, and we
You know-
did, and it was fun. Go ahead, Scott.
When I that's one of the things I saw when I went to Austin. People playing because their lives depended on it. Not for money. They had to get it out. They had to play. They did whatever they did. I mean, I went in after Elliot went to grad school party or something, introduction. He and I was alone for Sunday night. And I went over to the Saxon pub and sat in, and that was their night where they had people just sit down. These 5 guys sat down and they played. Two of them had never met anyone there. And they just hauled ass, and I thought, oh, how do you do that? I mean, I was the kind of guy that I would have a band practice for 6 months before we went to play the gig at a bar with 7 people. So, you guys in this CD, when I look at that CD,
it's better to just not rehearse and play in front of those 7 people.
So
Because some of those 7 people might actually be able to join in on you on stage, and you never know what happens.
yeah, so that's what I mean. I never thought I'd be able to do something like that, and I never thought it would happen. Never thought it would happen, but it happened, and it happened so fast. So you guys did all that. So anyways, you guys changed me. That's why I'm the jerk I am today. Toby,
Hey, don't.
did you see what I put on Facebook? A little friendly bass player, guitar player banter, and that's what we're having. It's lively.
So
Right.
if you don't want to be a jerk, you want to donate, you want to give to our fundraiser tonight, Feeding America. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just feel like we need to do what we can wherever we can, and it's harmless. It's harmless. $5, $10, whatever, and $20 will get you a picture of Kevin's canned chicken. I'm not gonna say it's not it's not slang, by the way. It's not something that the kids say today. Like, let me show you my canned chicken.
Their new band name.
It was the second band name after Holy Broken. It was just like
Canned
Holy
chicken.
Broken,
So we're here to canned heat.
canned chicken. Yeah. We can't do canned because canned heat. It's too familiar.
I'm watching my phone for an urgent. Let's test this out from you, and I was like, oh, maybe this is it, and it's the chicken.
Oh my God. It's just like I think I'm going vegan. But enough of that. I'm gonna play another song real quick. Oh, it definitely did. Kevin mentioned something about Find Somebody. We played around last year. We opened up for Los Lobos at the Canning Club, and that was a blast. It's always a cool thing to play any kind of show, any place where we can kind of do our thing. But playing the Canning Club, and sometimes it's like you play a short set and we're opening it for a bigger act, and there's a crowd and we kind of have to win them over, and everyone's there to see Los Lobos. No one wants to see the old crazy fat bastards of the Holy Broken,
Yay, fat bastards!
But we do our thing,
That's
right?
on the bottom
And
of
we,
mine.
You shut up, face boy.
but we do our thing, right? We do what we can. And this is Find Somebody from that night. So enjoy.
the daydream, the breath before the sigh. I'm reaching out for something there, something I can see, even though I know how what's up. Run on my letters and my sound. It'll pick you up, it'll make you high, knock you out, it'll make you cry. Tears are temporary, but the traps are there for good. Still a small price to pay, but know that deep inside there's no other way. So I say, everybody, get somebody, someone to love, someone to love. Now the world keeps turning, but you can't leave your seat 'cause you're in a haze from all the day to night. The labyrinths of peace. How can a soul so restless find nowhere to breathe? How can a heart so hungry lose each and every one of its teeth? Gotta find a reason to go outside. It's out of this place and it's out of your mind. Stand my Susie falling, but you're right back up again. The ocean's always cold, the ocean's always deep, but there's no point in knowing how to swim. You picture me, everybody, get somebody, someone to love, someone to love. Sing along, it's okay, it's alright. Everybody, get somebody, someone to love, someone to love. Now the snow's coming down for 17 days and 17 nights. The sky's taking over. Love is off the way. We need to find the bright. We need to find the lead. I need to light the fire inside of you. You like the one in me. So let's go out there and into the night. Goes out right to the almost bright. Get your hands to the pawn shop. Now we're really moving. You know it won't be easy. We can slow and crawl, but if we stand together, hey, we'll be alright. Everybody, get somebody, someone to love, someone to love. Everybody, get somebody, someone to love, someone to love. Alright, y'all. Scott Persico on guitar. Kevin Browne on the drums. Toby Keil on bass. Giovanny Blanco on vocals. We're the whole building, y'all. Now, bring it down, guys. I need to say something real quick. Our job tonight is to warm up this stage, to get you guys started up. How are you guys feeling? We want to make sure that, the rest of these bands playing tonight feel good. They don't need our help, but we're going to give them anyway, So we want you to sing along with us. Is that okay? Real quick. There's a time to go. Everybody, get somebody, someone to love, someone to love. It's all right, that's right. Everybody, get somebody, someone to love. All right, hold on a second. The only excuse you have is that if you have food in your mouth. And that's acceptable. You got a plate in front of you. I'd be eating too. So guys, let's cut the music real quick.
That gig was a lot of fun.
How did you catch in the end? I was just like, how great 2020.
Yeah,
It's crazy. That was a year ago, man. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
It is. It's insane.
I know.
Insane. But yeah,
That was just a fun night, man.
Definitely a good way to end the year.
That was the first gig of mine that my entire family and their significant others made it. It was awesome. And Keith was there as well. Keith normally doesn't go because with his hearing aids, the loudness can really mess with him. But everybody went. It was a blast. And in fact, I don't know if any of you have seen some of our Christmas cards, but you can see Kevin on our Christmas card with Keith carrying his drums. That made me happy.
Oh,
yes.
So let me say something.
Yeah, that was great to see your whole family, man.
It's always good. It's always good, man. How are we doing for the holidays this year, y'all? How we keeping ourselves together? How are we not going crazy? What are we doing? Talk to me.
Sitting in my living room playing this all the time.
Toby, do you play?
I'm still able to work.
Do you play in front of a mirror?
Oh, absolutely. Naked.
Lou's waiting now. Ask me how. I just made that shit up.
But I wanted to say that "Find Somebody" was the song, the first song that we kind of. It wasn't the first song that we wrote together, but it was the first song. Let me backtrack a little bit. I met Scott through Craigslist, through the personal ads, missed connections, and jammed a few times with a blues band that he had going, vintage blues band. No, wait, what was it called?
Vintage Souls.
Vintage Souls. It's I'm gonna say it's like slightly below canned chicken. but man, that it was such a solid band. It was an amazing band, really, really good musicians, and I just remember the set list, the song list was just like classic blues classic after blues classic, and it was just like it was a blast to play with you guys the few times that I did rehearse with you guys. And then I just was like, oh, but I gotta do something original. And I just said that my parting words to Scott, I'm like, hey man, I really dig this. I think you're an amazing player. I think the band is great, but I need to write some songs. I need to be in an original band. And then you'd sent me like a folder of a bunch of songs, like song ideas. And but it was just like a little too late. I think it was just like, okay, well, that's cool. I'll listen to the stuff. Maybe we can do something. But we didn't speak, for a good 7-8 months or something like that. But I kept listening to those tracks, and the first thing I listened to, where I actually I sang along to, was Find Somebody. And I kept that in mind. I didn't actually do something. But a few months later, when I put an ad out looking, because the first time I answered your guys' ad, I answered the Vintage Souls band ad, and I wish I could remember what it said, what the description was.
I think I printed it. I got a file with that shit. It's hilarious. It was hilarious.
But yeah, then I did my Craigslist ad, and I had a picture of the Jake Giles band from the 70s. And I had like 60 people, at least 60 people answered the ad, because it was just like I was looking for all players, and only one person knew that it was the Jake Giles band on the picture, and that person didn't even want to be in the band. He just sent me a message saying, "Hey, I'm not trying to be in your band or anything, but cool Jake Giles pick." And I was just like frustrated, but one of the people who responded was Scott, and Scott just basically gave me his I don't know if it was like pre-formatted email response to band people. It was just like,
I had a little, yes. But then I read yours and I said, wait a minute, I'm doing this. And I said, and I'm hearing how he's talking about himself. And I thought, and I even said an email, is this Gio?
You first sent me like a regular response. You're like, oh,
right.
Dig this. Love to talk some more. Blah. Mm-hmm. And then like 2 hours later, you sent another response. You're like,
what the fuck? But I tell you, when you said that, you said, hey, I got to do some original stuff. It was like, all right, what do you want to do? And then I can't remember, was it Find Somebody that you sent me that file, and I was having another first. When my boys, your kids get to be a certain, there's always first, right? When you have kids, first this, first that, first trip to Disneyland, Legoland. But now the boys are men. And so
great group
with Elliot. What's that?
Great group, Boys to Men.
Yeah, right. So Elliot and I he's never been back east. He hears about all us, and he sees me and my brothers talking, and but he doesn't know where we came from. We're not your classic California guys. We're a blend, right? So we had a chance for Elliot as an adult to go back to Buffalo with me, see my roots and see where I grew up, and drive through the city and go to the country. And we're driving through the city in this rental car, and he's just taking it all in, because he's really, particularly one of his strong points is he just watches everything. He just absorbs it, right? All three of my boys. But anyways, and while we're doing this, you send me this text with this, like, hey, like, oh, what the hell? So I play it over the speakers. So we're listening to what is now this, and what has been this, and what it will be this. Driving through my old hometown with Elliot seeing it for the first time, and me hearing this saying, Jesus, this is something. This is, at that moment, it was just everything coming together for just a moment, for the length of that song clip that you sent me. And I looked at Elliot and I said, this is a great moment. You hear, me here, this band forming. I love this tune. I've never, because you know me, what did I do? I just took a trash can of ideas and just dumped them in your lap, saying, hey, check this out. It was like someone collecting beer can lids or something.
There were 42 recordings.
Jesus, no one's ever written anything to any of my little ditties, and my little ditties were just like, oh, I think if I play this D this way and boom, 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 then I can do a little line over it. And now it's all after the little line, so I could because I heard both things in my head. And it's the first time so I was like, look at that. It's not shit. It's good, I never treated them like, anyways. So that was cool. When you sent that to me, it was a big deal. And it was and I elected Elliot, and I think Elliot likes what we play. My boys like our songs. They definitely see it as a little bit. I think the word I've heard them use is dad rock, but that's just, I can't help it because that's what comes out of me, and I'm a dad. So, but they love it. They love it. Yep.
Holy shit.
I want to say something real quick. We have a new donation. I'm getting these alerts that pop up on the screen above. Let me see where we're at. Okay. You ready to play something, Scott?
Sure.
All right, just play a little something real quick. I want to say thank you to Nicole O'Neill for donating. She just donated $75. Amazing.
I love you.
Nicole, this next little lick is for you. Guitar man, give her something.
Wait, give me just a sec. Good things. Be patient. How's that? Is that what I needed?
Yeah.
It's all right. My pedal
Nicole,
board died.
thank you, Nicole. That's what you get.
Okay,
Little
look
Scott.
at me, Nicole. There you go. Is that working?
Once again, it sounded great, man.
Yeah.
Once again, Nicole, thank you so much for donating. That was awesome.
Cool.
Again, y'all, we're at right now. The total
It's
is
my cousin Nicole.
$1,115, and we're trying to get 2,000. We really appreciate every little bit that comes through. Again, everyone's crazy. Everyone's caught up, in the pandemic and the economical situation that we find ourselves in this country, in the social craziness. And we need to kind of all make an effort to reach out and be better people, be kinder to those around us, be more accepting, and also take care of each other. And sometimes the ways that we can take care of each other some are easier than others, and this one is particularly not that hard to do. Just please, if you can, go to truckstopmixtape.com, and give a little bit of your love.
Nicole did.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Yuka.
Love you, Nicole. That's my family back east. I miss them every day. Facebook is great though. You can still see him. She posts some good stuff too. She's got a great sense of humor. Hey, so if I'm going to play something, let me just start with this. This is a great example. I don't write songs. I write little I don't even use the word write is like it give a real musician heartburn. And you have to take a shower, right? But I don't write songs. I do little sketches, and then I'll throw them into the band, and then something comes of it and something doesn't. So my new technique, during the shutdown, loud, but here, hopefully it's not too loud there.
No.
Good.
It can be loud.
So what I do is I'll come up with a little ditty, and then I'll try to add a little bit more to it so there's some substance to it. And then I'll send it to Gio in a text. I was doing, I don't need to see it on my phone, but I was using the iPhone, the little recording app, just like boom, boom, boom. I was averaging about 3 a weekend, usually Saturday mornings with coffee because we just recovered. And, but now through the shutdown, trying to develop new habits, I got recording software in it when I bought these tune track drums, which are great for people like me, but you're not that technical with the software. So I've been challenging myself to put a drum beat and play to it and let the drum beat inspire me, because that's what Kevin does to me every time we play. In fact, usually at the end of rehearsals, Kevin will look at me, I'll look at him. It'll be, just like, I'll just do the or something. And then he'll start playing, and then you know, it's a blast. It's one of the many favorite parts of the night when we get together to play. So this is just one of those. This was, I think this idea was from last night. So I'll probably be changing it as I'm playing it. I'm going to put a little drum beat on it and see if you can hear it. I'm going to play it. Kevin in a can, I call it. Drum set.
Yeah, that's great.
Not as good as the real thing, though.
Hell no.
That's better than up. So that's just a little
Yes.
sketch that I would, bring into the band and probably be a one of those things that was inspired by something Toby or Kevin was playing, and then G would be in the near my desk outside the studio. We'd be playing it, and then I'd hear him wrestling out there, and then he would come in and just start singing to it. So that when that happens, we're just literally writing a song on the spot. And those are some, I hate to use the word magic, but it's freaking magic. It's fantastic. And that's the chemistry. It's great. So anyways, that's a little ditty I did last night. I wanted to do something fresh and something new. And then I got one or two more if there's time. There's no rush. I don't need to play anymore.
That's my dog whining in the background. Sorry.
Very cute. And then right before we got on, I'm tuning up my guitar and I got this ambient sound going because I know Toby loves it when I play stereo. So I got two Marshalls playing stereo. Thank you, Dad. And my dad.
Still sewing. I don't know if you can hear that.
So I know. So I'm getting ready to play, and then everything sounded great. I was like, "Oh, that could use even more reverb." And then something goes wacky on my board, and I realize that something going on around my board is sapping some power, and then suddenly all the power that was there went through, and I got this giant. Well, I realized my 100-watt was up to about 50 watts. So I had to unplug my board. So it's a little raw because there's no board, there's no volume pedal, but it still sounds good. A Marshall cranked is always a good thing. So, that's just an example of what I would send to the band and what you guys do with it, and I don't get attached to parts because who knows what'll happen. We'll just take it and, just like with that little slidey thing when you're kid, the little thing with the squares, you move your thumbs around, that's, let's put a bridge here. Okay. And if Sam is watching,
you should put like the chords on that. You should just put chords on that.
Yes.
Just go back and forth.
I've got to say, I don't know if Sam's watching. Let me tune up here.
He definitely was.
I was playing a tune last night. It's formalizing a melody line into a song. I don't write songs often, meaning start to finish, there has parts to it, right? But a friend of mine passed years ago, 2007, I think. And it was sudden, caught us all off guard, my buddy Kerry. And it was really sudden. I mean, he even had his resume on his desk to come out and to come work with us. And then he just passed. So asthma and complications. So with that being said, whenever I think of him, he was the kind of guy, no matter what kind of day I was having at work, if he called the office, he'd get Cecilia, who ran the office, and she would say, "Oh, he'll talk." No matter what was going on at my desk, she would put Carrie through, because everything would stop. I'd put a customer on hold, and Carrie and I would laugh until we cried. I mean, just tears coming out of. We were so stupid, just stupid, and it's the best stupid. So and that was our relationship in high school, and then after. So I've had this melody in my head. So I finally figured, okay, I'm going to formalize it. So I just fleshed it out on probably Thursday night, and I was stuck in the middle of it. I wanted to keep the feel. When you turn the recorder on, your first pass is the one where it's really coming right from the heart, and then your brain gets involved, the second and the third pass. Mm-hmm. So I'm playing, and I'm thinking. So this is why I said if Sam is on, he's got to hear this. So I'm playing this thing. It's in G. I'm getting this great, nice twang, right? And then I thought, I'm thinking to myself, my heart's playing it, but then my mind comes in, well, you got to do something kind of interesting there. So I went and I default now. This I call my Sam chord. I go from D minor to C because Sam does it, and maybe two or three songs that we do, and I love it. It's the essence, and I get to play the Spaniel. So I did it, and then Yuka says, "Is that a Sam chord?" And so she's got it down too. So the whole house knows when I'm playing the Sam song. So Sam, if you're there, made your mark.
shout out to Sam Lapidus and the Rotten Liars.
Great band.
Scotty plays with them. They were great. Then Scotty started playing with them.
All downhill after that. Yep.
I wanted to we're getting into the second hour here, and I wanted to play another one of the videos that we did this week. This one we had recorded earlier in the year, and sadly just didn't get around to finishing it. And I think that now is the appropriate time. This is a cover of a cover. it's John Cougar Mellencamp's version of Mobile Blues, and we're giving a shot at it. And I have to say, all the work from all you fine gentlemen really shines on this one, and I'm very proud to share a band with y'all. Enjoy.
Let's go downstairs and watch it.
south to work the pipeline. Make some cash while in the meantime. Baby jumped the bird and flew away. Lordy, Lordy, my mind's aching. Drunk and down and out and making time with anything that comes my way. Stagger to the Greyhound station. LA's my destination. Put me on the dog, take me away. Mobile blues, baby, I can't make it. Got me down, Lord, I can't take it. Here in Alabama for one more day. So I called a friend in Frisco. He said, baby's in LA. Here I am in Alabama, 2,000 miles away. Lord, I got these mobile blues today. Well, I left her back in Frisco, and she begged me not to go. I know somebody must have told her that I travel and I lie. That they saw me drunk in Mobile with some wired-up chick from Jacksonville, and brother, did it look like we could fly? Stagger to the Greyhound station. LA's my destination. Put me on that dog, take me away. Lord, I got these mobile blues today. Lord, I got these mobile blues today.
That's great.
Mobile Blues.
I forgot we did that.
Got did that
That came out pretty nice.
Yeah, came out great.
for 4 hacks.
So you know what? You know, every one of these videos that you do, I think that was the one.
I did too. I forgot.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hey, nice t-shirt.
Nice job, dude.
Hi, Kevin.
Thanks.
So that's one of the ones where I sent you some files and you said,
Hey.
I said, how does that sound? And you were happy and a little bit frustrated, saying, man, you guys, you need to figure out how to do your count-ins. Because I would just send it to you, like, okay, 1, 2, go. And now that I'm doing it, it's like, dude, if I don't have 8 to count in 1, and you can see my head going, you know, it's like watching someone's lips move when they're reading. That's me. So the longer the count in, that's why everything I send you is like, okay, the first minute is like, okay, almost, let's go, ready to go.
It's not bad when people start on the 1. You know, it's like if it's a
That's
drum
not
beat
easy
or bass
sometimes.
line.
I don't know.
No, I mean if you start on the 1, then we're fine. Then I can line those tracks up easily. I can make sense of it. But it's like, you know, the sort of the more atmospheric, the mandolin that's just like a little over. You know, it's like so. It's like, where exactly does this go in the song?
Yes.
But you know, I remember this is another thing is that I remember it's like we were deciding we were doing these Quarantino sessions where we were recording separately from the safety of our homes and I asked you guys like what songs should we do and we talked about certain covers and Toby recommended this song. Quick mention, Mickey Newberry original. Please search that out right now. I might even play a little bit of it later. Both versions, John Cougar Mellencaps, because he's whatever, man. He's a badass. And Mickey Newberry, the writer and first performer of that song. It's like a really almost disturbing version of that song. But we decided to do this song, and like other songs, I remember saying, "Hey, you know, just send me some tracks." And Scott sent me like 7 tracks.
They're free.
And video.
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm like,
I remember you said, "Dude, just give me maybe 2." And then none of them were labeled. Hey, what did you think about track 4? What the fuck was track 4?
it's still a blast, and it's just such
Yeah.
a cool thing to find all these tracks, and to be able to put them together and then hear them, man. It's just like I can't tell you how happy it made me to listen to this and put it together. I was just like, man, these cats can play. These cats have a little feel to them. I like them. I like these guys. Maybe I should keep them as friends.
You did a great job putting the video together.
What's that?
You sent me that file. You said, Toby, what bass line is this? And I'm like, and it took me a while to remember. I didn't even remember recording that, you know? Jeez.
But you know what though? Every one of these songs that we do, we're getting better and better and better. I mean, you take whatever we send you. We give you a dog's breakfast, and you make a meal out of it. So,
well, I'm a dog, so
but we're getting better at it. You know, I'm labeling tracks, render the metronome now. I mean, we're getting smarter, and you know, by the time we come out of this COVID shutdown, we're going to be kicking some ass. Nice job on that.
Praying and hoping.
Sorry about all the background noise.
I love the background noise.
I love it. I love it, man. It's just it's life. It's
fucking
there's some
COVID, right? Again, it's my life.
Can you grab him and pick him up?
Yeah.
Can you grab the dog and pick
Can
him
I
up?
grab my dog and pick him up? No, he's I can't. I'm on, and I'm being sincere. I'm being honest. I'll show you my dog, but I cannot pick him up. Can you,
Milo?
Oh, so cute. It looks like Toby eating spaghetti.
Milo. Hi, everyone wants to see you.
Milo.
Hey, cutie.
Milo. Cookie. That's Milo. Milo got huge.
It's hard.
Yes.
I got the computer. But yeah, that's my dog.
Very cute.
He's a handful. He's a handful.
He's not a normal.
You think that's a handful?
He's
Try this
not a
thing.
normal-
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see.
Say hi.
Who's that? Toby?
That's your new one.
What?
What's your
It's
name?
Mookie.
Mookie.
What?
Mookie. Get Mookie close to the camera. Come
Mookie's a
on.
good boy.
Aw.
Look.
Look, he can hold it. His puppy.
See ya. You'll pee on me.
Mookie will leave his mark.
That's right. Mookie Mark.
Mookie Mark. There you go. There's a band name, Mookie Mark.
Mookie Mark. Instead of Marky Mark.
Mookie Mark. You know what? Let me bring this up. We started with Kevin and his desert island picks, and there were a few we didn't mention. Steely Dan's Aja or Aha.
Asia.
If
I think it's
if you're
Asia.
Latino, Asia. In Spanish, it's Aha.
You know, that's a newer one that I've come across, and I just got into this whole Scott, is that you playing the guitar?
It's muted.
It's
Yes.
not muted, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not that
Okay,
loud.
I just wanted
It's
to make
good
sure.
background noise.
Sorry, it's a guitar player thing.
That's a new album that I've stumbled upon, but I went through a whole thing where I went through this whole Steely Dan quest to figure out who they were, how they did their shit, and from that, listening to that album and watched a documentary and but that's an album that I just can put on when I'm working, when I'm just hanging out.
If you
It's just
can
great.
search out, there was a series called Classic Albums where they would just sit down in the studio and go through track by track how they recorded them. And there's one for that
crazy.
one.
You know
So
what?
you
I
should
think
find
I
that one.
at least watched a little bit of that, and they would have the like the different soloists. They would come in, whether it be like an organ soloist or a guitar soloist. And it was
Bernard
crazy.
Purdy
Like,
or
oh yeah, it's just like you would listen to it, and it was just like, wow, that would be a totally different song if that organ solo was like really busy, but all they did like or they did like a Hawaiian like blue 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 blue. I love that.
Those guys were so,
You love that?
what was that, Toby? Toby, what was
those guys
that?
were so meticulous, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Your next pick, Kevin, I'm gonna skip over, which is the Grateful Dead, because I want to ask you and Toby a question about that. And your final pick was Crosby, Stills, and Nash. So far, and I love this what you said. I listened to this tape on my Walkman all the time, around 15 years of age, cutting the grass for my stepdad, riding the bus, laying in my bedroom stoned. I remember one time eating mushrooms with my friends and wandering off that tape, playing in my Walkman and having I think it says a crazy musical experience.
Yeah, it did. I was connected with the music immersely. I was. It was also the music.
You know,
That was
and
big. That was also,
for all the kids out there, we're talking about portobello mushrooms.
Yes, on the grill with
on the
Parmesan
grill.
cheese.
So delicious, and
So-
hallucinogenic.
Crosby, Stills and Nash was the first concert I went to also, and it was like I was right around 15, maybe 14, and I had to like learn their music. I had like won these tickets. I had bought a shirt at a record store that came with a mail-in envelope thing that you would mail in, and they would send you like a list of 2 free tickets to a concert, and it was Crosby, Stills and Nash in Chicago. And it was, so I went with my sister at Star Lake Amphitheater, which is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so I bought that album, and like this other guy like made me this mixed tape, and I got like really immersed in Crosby, Stills and Nash, listening to that album all the time. Like so bus rides, like I was in marching band, so we were always taking buses to like every football game. So like I would put that on, listen to the whole album, or at least like half of the tape. It was in a Walkman, so I'd listen to half the tape, half the tape out, and that experience, I walked around my neighborhood, just walking around the neighborhood, listening to that, and I just fell in love with that CD or that tape, and I think the thing for me was, it wasn't a tape or a CD that I would fast forward through any song. I would love each and every single one of them, and that was kind of a thing for me, that I would fast forward through tons of songs when I would listen to it. I would never have the patience to listen to a whole album, and there was only a few that I could really just listen the whole way through and love every song, and that was definitely one of them. I loved it. I never heard harmonies like that, or like another thing was like, and the drumming. It's not something that would be easy for me to be a drummer for Crosby, Stills and Nash. That's like, it's so beautiful that would take like a certain drummer to be a drummer for a band like that. So I loved it in that respect too. It wasn't like putting on like Steve Miller Band where I could play the whole CD. Yeah, it was like a whole different ball game. And Steve Miller,
no knock on Steve Miller. If Steve Miller watching, we love you, Steve.
Listen, he is watching. No, because that's an album that they had their like greatest hits album. It was blue and it had like a flying.
Yeah.
That's like, I played that album all the time when I was learning. When I finally got a real drum set, I was like,
you know what I think doesn't get enough love? Steve Miller's Swing Town.
I love that. I love this Swing Town.
You want to know something? Huge Steve Miller sound. You know what? He's. Don't get me started. I love his playing.
Well, let me get back to
He's a hell
the
of a
other
flute
pick.
player,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. He is a great guitarist. The other pick you had was American Beauty, Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
and you and Toby are our resident deadheads in the Holy Broken. Scott and I don't know where Scott is at. I did my excursion and listened to all the studio albums just to get schooled. I'd listened to a few live albums and people were just like, don't listen to studio albums, don't you gotta listen to Syracuse 72 or it'd be something like that, right? They'd be like, no man, you gotta listen to San Francisco 68 and about it, whatever. Now they're
best live album ever.
Best live album ever. But I did learn a lot listening to their studio albums because they had a crazy evolution. And I know that live, they had the same kind of thing, but it wasn't this, like the studios were definitely like a whole different thing. And I did find some stuff that I really, really enjoyed and really dug. But I still, the culture of it has always been something that's kind of astounded me, especially back then, back in the late 80s in particular, because there was nothing at the time. There was nothing like that. There was that phenomenon where it's just like, where did all these deadheads come from? It's like, they'd be coming through town and all of a sudden, like I lived in Hartford, Connecticut, and man, downtown Hartford and Bushnell Park, and it would just be like the circus came to town. And as a teenager, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But why do you guys love the Dead so much, and how do you describe their phenomenon?
For me, it goes way back. I mean, as early as junior high, I had a buddy, and we were the resident weed heads back then. And his older brother really liked the Dead, so we'd sit in his room and get started with him and listen to Dead. I started listening more, and then going to concerts, and the whole, my whole life, I've always kind of gone against the grain. And so going to live
Toby?
shows, hanging out with the people, the experience, and then really the long jams that everybody gets tired of, I would get sucked into those because I'm just listening to those guys each play their own part. And people really don't take Phil Lesh. I mean, I'm sure they take him as a serious bass player, but if you listen to stuff, the way he was playing, people weren't playing like him back then. He was basically lead guitar player on the bass, and and the piano, when Brent joined the band on keyboards, I listened to everybody. Bob Weir, all those guys, and just the drummers, everything put together. Just, I don't know, I got sucked into it, and it's been such a huge part of my life. I still listen to them when I'm out working, I don't know about you, Kev Dog, but there's of course, there's certain songs I like, but I dig it all. I'm one of those.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Sorry about my dog.
It's okay.
That's
I just discovered the mute button.
I know. I'm just
like every show that I've done so far, it's like, oh, wait a minute. I learned something. It's like, oh, I can just mute him while he's not talking. And what's your dog's name again, Kev?
His name's Milo.
Poor Milo.
Sweetie. He's a sweetie.
He looked it.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just I got sucked into the Grateful Dead, sort of like Toby. Like, man, once you, especially with that album, that was one. I think my mom bought me American Beauty, a CD. I was probably 14 or something, and it was one that I could like just chill and listen to, and it wasn't like it wasn't the messiness that it was really a clean album. I mean, it was all clean playing, and the drumming was something that I was like, I couldn't replicate that. So that's always something, if like a band like that, it's like something that it's not like I could just hop on the drums and play any Grateful Dead song. That's very challenging, and it's something that like it's a beautiful thing how really musical they were. And Ripples on that. Broke Down Palace is on that, I think. Two beautiful songs, you know. I don't know. It just I love the Dead. I love the tie-dyes. Obviously you can see I love colors and I love lines. I love shit like that. So that's another thing that attracted me to them a lot was just, you know, the whole tie-dye. Not the scene as much, you know. I was really young. I was 15 when Jerry died, so it wasn't like I was a super deadhead that could go to a lot of concerts, you know.
No, but like in that time, there was just they had that resurgence in the late 80s and early 90s that it was just like they just kind of it felt like it came out of nowhere, but it was always there. And that's one thing that I could always admire from afar was just I love that they were always connected to their audience, that live experience that you know, like actually that's some things that I learned from them back then, how you know they didn't shy away from people recording their shows and how they encouraged it, and the it was almost like people just went almost not even to see the band, like people went to the experience, to the show. And it's just like it's something that always kind of like, okay, wait a minute, you know what, they're going to the party, you know, Grateful Dead just happens to be playing. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, the Dead are in town, let's go. You know, I kind of admire that. It's like a really cool you know, it's amazing how they connected that way. I hate to interrupt you guys. I just wanted to play a song because you said messy and you said clean, and how that American Beauty sounded, and I wanted to find something that was completely the opposite of that. And this is a song that we wrote, and going back to something that Scott said, something that you guys were kind of jamming on in the room, and I was in the other room and I heard, and I was just like coming back, and I'm like, oh yes, blah 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 da, da, da. And it became this song, and it's like one of my I can't wait to. We only played it a couple times, and I can't wait to play it out again. It's just such a fun song to do. One Foot in the Hole, and this is from our last show at the park. This was the last time we played together live, the four of us, loud in front of people. This is one of the songs, One Foot in the Hole. Yeah. One Foot in the Hole. The Holy
It's
Broken.
a fun song.
Heck yeah.
It's a fun song, and I think it's the first song that Scotty sings on.
Yes, it is.
Tiny bit.
God help us all. Just a little bit.
for a part. And I think that's a goal for 2021 is to get Scotty to sing
Lord
some
knows.
more.
Well, these guys don't know, but I've been
Right?
serious
Like-
about that text I sent you a couple weeks ago saying, if you do, it's a Hall & Oates tune. She's Gone, right? I said I'd sing on it. So I'm practicing it in my car.
You get them Oates harmonies.
Yeah, I
down?
tell you what, that's they hit me when they came out, but they really hit me like last year. I was like, shit, listen to these guys.
You don't have to tell me, man. They're one of my favorites, and definitely my favorite duo of all time.
So I'll sing more.
Sons
Yes.
of bitches can write. That's for sure.
Jeez.
Hell yeah, man. Toby, your desert
What?
picks. Let's get to them. Hold on. Let me pop this up. Toby's
You're
desert
breaking
picks.
up when I'm.
Uh-oh. How about this? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Toby's desert picks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got the Holy Broken live at the Park Bar in there.
Let's talk a little bit about this. I want to know how much Mozart are you listening to this year?
I listen to the strangest. Dude, I listen to the strangest stuff. I really do. I mix it all up, and when I'm out working, I'll go from something like, Deep Purple to freaking Mozart or Bach or something, just to change it up, and just depends on the mood I'm in.
And then the Clash, London Calling, man. I have to agree hard.
One of my favorites. Yeah. Huh?
I said I have to agree hard with you, man. That's one of my favorites as well.
Killer album.
Yeah. That album, I think I had a cassette in my Volkswagen Bug when I was living up in Seattle, and that thing got worn out. I mean, I listened to that album over and over and over and over and over. It's just so good to play everything about it. Awesome.
And then the Beatles. I mean, no,
Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra. Sinatra. It's a little Sinatra. You can't go bad with Sinatra.
And that comes
You said
out
something
just-
when you said reminds you of your mom and dad. When I asked you about your growing up and stuff, you said your parents would have little cocktail parties.
They would have cocktail parties, and I'd be upstairs because my brothers and sisters were older. So I'd be upstairs, and I could hear them, the glasses clinking downstairs and the laughing. But they always had like Frank Sinatra playing, Dean Martin, Herb Albert, all those guys. But they played a lot, and I remember being upstairs just constantly listening to that, Dean Martin albums that they'd be down there playing and kind of dancing around. It always stuck with me.
And then,
Good
of
stuff,
course, the Beatles' Abbey Road. That's my favorite Beatles
Yeah.
album too.
Yeah, I love that record. Every song, like Kevin with American Beauty, every song in that album is freaking great. I can listen to that a bit. The White Album. I mean, I like all their albums, but this one is one I always go to.
And it's because of the order of the way the albums were released too. Is that we always, at least for me, earlier, I thought Let It Be was the last album. And then when you hear Abbey Road and you hear what went into that, I just feel like that. I mean, that was the last album they recorded together for real. And there's just, it was just like George Martin basically told them, okay, guys, let's just get back to what we do and let's do this. And
Have fun doing it.
Yeah, man. And I love the second side or the whole little opera, whatever it is, all those songs, mini songs put together. That's definitely one of my favorites now, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you with the last pick.
When you asked me this list, it was really hard.
It changes, man. It changes every week, right? I mean, it's kind of, there's some things that stay with you forever, and then some things just like you forget about that were just as important. And it's hard to recall. and you'll see something, you hear something, and you go, "Oh my God, that album got me through, puberty," or that album saved me when I was 21 or 30, or and sometimes you never listen to them again.
To me, that's the beauty of music all around. I mean, certain songs just bring back memories from my childhood or just the other day. I mean, you ask anybody in some circumstance they were in or something happened in their life, there was definitely a musical background or something that joined them in that experience. It's crazy. Music is just such an amazing thing.
It is an amazing thing. And you know what's an amazing thing? Something that's happening in your house right now, Toby. Sally, your better half, just donated $20. Everybody give it up for Sally. Yay!
Way to go, honey.
Come on, y'all. Thank you, Sally. That's amazing. And the rest of you out there, come on. Truckstopmixtape.com. Just go there, donate. We're doing this for Feeding America. Feeding America. Getting some food out there to those who need it.
A shitty burger someplace,
Yes.
Or a good burger.
Or a great burger. But still, when you're eating that great burger, think about those who don't have that great burger and slip a little 5 or a 10 or 20 or 100 or whatever you can. Big spender, spending $20 on a burger. Come on, you can do it. People are hungry. It's the holiday season, and we've had an amazingly incredible, insane year. And if you think it's crazy, think about those who have less than you and those who are struggling right now and those who are hungry. Just do what you can. Truckstopmixtape.com. Let me pop that up real quick. Hold on. So for the people who don't like listening to people talk and prefer to read things, this is for you. Just go straight to truckstopmixtape.com and please donate. I'm going to take this opportunity to bring up a couple of things that are happening tomorrow. Fellow musicians, people, friends, and people that we love are doing special events tomorrow. I want to give a shout out to some and do it right. Let me pull up some things here. Tomorrow, April Henry is having her Apocalypse Cafe at 6 p.m. And that's on twitch.com. And I'll get you that information right now.
Yeah. Look at that.
She does this amazing show with a bunch of crazy people. Yeah, and Kevin's played a couple, I think, of them, or one of them you played, right, Kevin?
Yeah, one. Actually, two. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's a really cool thing. She gathers these musicians and comedians and performers, and she does an entire show. It's happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. and it's at twitch.com, Apocalypse Cafe. Check it out, please. Live music, comedy, and more. And this one in particular is very special because they're raising money for a good friend named Naj Ranglal. And he's been hit with some crazy debilitating disease, and the care and the medical treatment costs are insane. So watch it tomorrow. April, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep spreading the positivity and the love. And that's what we got to keep on doing. And then earlier, let me get this off. Earlier during the day, tomorrow, we have Mary B. Mary B, we know her because she sang with us on a song that we did. She's doing a snowy sing-along. And that's on Facebook tomorrow. Let me get that information up. There you go, Mary B. So just to go to facebook.com, Mary B, Music Mary B. And the cool thing about this thing tomorrow is it's a snowy sing-along, and they're going to have lyrics and chords up with all the songs that they play. So you at home can participate. Yes, it's going to be fun. And they're doing this. They're raising money for the Rhode Island Food Bank. They're out in Rhode Island. And, you know, I just love that so many people are getting out there, playing music, trying to get people involved and raising money for good causes. Mary B, we love you. She's going to have some special guests, Kate Steinway, Daniel Carter, Andrew Garcia and the formidable David Ayer. And I think that it would be I'd be a dummy if I didn't segue this into the video that we did with Mary B and David Ayer. This year we've lost some really cool musicians, artists. Recently, Paul K was one of them. That one guy that I really loved. Kenny Rogers, Bill Withers, and of course John Prine. I feel like I'm mad because I didn't get to see him live, but the music is there. The music is there. The legacy is there, and this is a cool little tribute that we did, and we got Mary B and David Ayer to do it with us. Love you guys. Here is this in spite of ourselves.
Don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in the month of Sundays. Called him once and he was sniffing my knees. He ain't too sharp but he gets things done. His beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. Won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. All my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking, keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. Whacked out weirdo and a love bomb junkie. Slides the fox but crazy as a loon. Comes and he's hollering at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe. I'm never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. Won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna slide our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. Won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes, the great John Prine. Yes, it
That was
was.
a lot of fun.
Yes, it
Scotty, your
was,
guitar
man.
is fine on that
Thank-
song, my brother.
Thank you. That little papoose, I tell you what, it's like instant emotion, that little thing. You could just throw the thing at the wall and it'll sound great, you know, that little guy. I love that guitar.
Sally just mentioned.
I wanna
"Toby,
put
you look
people.
So
Oh, go ahead, man.
serious." And I told her when I'm playing that little freaking uke bass, if you don't have your
Yep.
fingers perfectly between the frets, it buzzes like freaking crazy.
I wanted to point people to our YouTube page, youtube.com, The Holy Broken, because we've posted a few videos of Scott. One of Scott talking about, his history in as far as like picking up guitars and stuff, and we were joking about you're playing in the song and the Pumpaloose or whatever, and I just that video people need to check out because it says so much about how you started with folk and you banjo and doing this other stuff, and people should know more about you, man. You've lived in a very interesting life.
Well, you know that that little video. What's special about that was we've been doing. A friend of mine, Martin Wilshire, from school in Sao Paulo. He hosted a Zoom call, and I was like, "Oh, I should get on that." So we've been on it, and it's been almost every Sunday, just for an hour. I sit outside, open up the laptop, I get the breeze blowing, and we're talking to people. Some of these people I haven't literally heard their voice since June of 1980. And two of those people were some of the people I played with, the teachers that I would literally, run into their classroom in between, there was like a 10-minute, 7-minute, 10-minute break in between classes. I literally would have my guitar in my hand. I'd run in there and I'd be like, "You got time to play?" Of course they don't have time to play. They're doing their freaking job. They're teaching. But I got my guitar. I was like, "How about now?" And Mr. Knight and Mr. Dixon, who I talk about. Mr. Dixon was my English teacher. Mr. Knight was PE, and Mr. Saylor was environmental science and PE. And Kentucky. He's from Kentucky and played bluegrass, and those guys taught me everything. And they're on the Zoom calls. I'm talking to these guys after all these years of not, like Mr. Dixon, Noel Dixon, not being able to say anything to him. And then we get on Facebook. It's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? I was in this class. I was the terrible student you had," because I was a terrible student. So, yeah. And but to be able to say to those guys that left such an imprint, "Oh, by the way, remember this when you did this?" Boom. I still play that. And that was just a blast. I had no idea. That video was supposed to be 5 minutes. It was 22 minutes. And
yeah, it's great. It's totally entertaining. It's totally entertaining.
Well, that's good. I was an honor to be able to sit there and tell people that living guys like, dudes, you changed what I do. So thank you. And you guys, you guys are the same. I play so different now than when I did when we started playing. Yeah. So you guys kick my ass all the time. Nice.
No, real quick, man. Here are your desert island picks. And you got a couple of really cool special ones. The Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Guardi. Of course, I like how you say it, because it's how I see and feel God.
Yeah, very true.
You want to explain that a little bit?
Well, like everybody, especially growing up in the 70s, my dad worked a lot. He was traveled a lot, but Christmas time he was always home, and it was always a big time. My grandparents, grandfather and grandmother Tony and Lilybud, Pa and Grandma from my mom's side, and my cousins. Nicole, if you're on, you know what I'm talking about. So Christmas was always one of those times where it just brought everyone together in a family that was so busy and everyone working. And my cousins lived in the city. We lived in the suburbs on a farm. And so Christmas time, we would all sit around the tree, whether it would be Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or the week of Christmas, and at my grandfather's house, Pa's house, and it was different in everyone's house. It wasn't like, oh, more Christmas. And this album, before this album, this special would be on, and you'd be watching this, as a kid, because I'm very sentimental, watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Luca both. I mean, thank God we met each other, right? So, watching this and saying, thinking to yourself, Pa, Grandma, this is important shit that we're watching here. It's about ready to talk about the Christmas tree, right? So that's that show, and of course the music that went with it, and that whole Vince Guaraldi album. It literally, it's like you could take my soul and just hold it, And there's a number of albums like that, but that's the one. So I don't listen to it a lot, and at Christmas time when I do, it just brings me right back there. And our Christmas tree at our house was always something. We'd always get the tree the last minute, and I remember. I can't tell you how many years in a row my dad would be drilling holes in the trunk of the tree and stuff to make that busted ass tree look damn good, right? And my grandfather was on my mom's side was a different thing. He had a Christmas tree farm out in Cattaraugus County. I guess it was a tax write-off, whatever it was, but it was a place for the family to go and be together. But he would bring in a tree. Literally, the tree would be
up front.
Yeah, he would bring in it would be a 20-foot tree because he had an old house in Buffalo that the front foyer. You walk through one door, then you come in the foyer, a huge foyer, the size of a master bedroom practically. You hang your coats in there, right? And then you come through the main door into the house. And the foyer went up 3 flights of stairs. So he'd have this huge long needle pine tree every year. And as kids, we could walk up one flight and grab a sugar cane, I guess they call it, right?
Yeah.
And all these lights and all so that album, when I listened to that, and that was being, this closest thing I ever felt to being like God, with God, is being with my family and my cousins and my grandfather, who, I could go on for hours. It was just great. It was great. So yeah, that album, and when I hear certain cuts off that album, I have to stop, and it's just like, it brings me to my knees in a nice way.
That's great, man. And then you got some good classic rock cuts there. You got some AC/DC and some Pink Floyd. And I'm gonna gloss over that and just kind of quickly go to Pat Metheny because it's the one thing that stands out. Watercolors, it saved me at a bad time. I want to just ask you. You don't have to go into details about the bad time, but how did it save you, and what was it about that record that helped you? That
well, it's funny, completely unrelated. This morning, Yuka and I were talking, and we're watching a guitar player, Tim Pierce. His videos are unbelievable, and he's for everybody. But he's you just watch one of his videos about his guitar playing. Anyways, he made this statement in there, and he says, I believe it was, he's really all about tone and emotion, sound, tone, and emotion. And I thought, oh, geez, I mean, that fit me like a sweater, right? So going back to that, you guys will notice, someone will say, oh, Scott, I think that's in B minor. That doesn't mean anything to me, But what is the sound? The sound is, I can't want my answer now, but the sound is everything. So, it's this when my guitar is doing this. Now, certainly now I know where B minor is, but I'm the most uneducated guitar player I know. It's because everything comes to the emotion and the sound that it evokes. And then, so that album, I had started listening to Pat Metheny right before I left Brazil. And going back further, I'll make it quick. Buffalo was everything. It was where we grew up. It was where we learned to be men, even before we knew what a man was. We worked on things. In order to cut the hay, you had to fix the tractor, and then you had to fix the baling machine, and then you could go do your job. So you had to do your job before you could do your job, right? So that was my home, and we were so into it, and I happened to love that life. Whereas I think a couple of my other brothers were not so into it, but I loved it because it brought me close to my dad, right? And I'm always still, me with my mom, very close family. But with my dad, it's like, even to the point where I would see my dad measure something, and his duck feet would go like this. So I would try to do this, and I was like, well, that hurts. I think he's just walking like an asshole, so I'm not going to do that. But everything else, like my dad, right? So we moved from there to Brazil, and it's like I lost my home. And it took me a while to figure it out. And then Brazil became my new home in a way that I had no idea. I was in an age when you're a kid, you absorb everything because you're a kid. Now I'm a teenager. I'm absorbing everything like a sponge. So, and then in Brazil, things were happening. It was the turn of the dictatorship into a democracy. It was a time where the companies that were there, unless you were some of the larger companies, the Cornings and the GMs were always going to stay there. But the smaller companies were like, we better get out because things are going to be changing. We didn't know this at the time. I found this out after the fact, talking with some of our classmates. But at my graduation in June, it was a sudden change. Got on a plane. There was no Facebook. People didn't know where they're going to go. And everyone's going to school. Yeah. So they could give you a phone number or an address, but that was to their grandfather's house. And you know what I mean? So literally this massive life. I mean, playing out every night. Yeah.
I hate to interrupt you, but you just brought up something that kind of is amazing to me of how, we grew up, and whether it was school, work, or summer camp, or playing in a band, and how we would just meet with certain groups of people and then never encounter those people again.
Yeah.
It's and now Facebook, everyone pops up. It's like, hey, remember me? I was the whatever in summer camp. I was the person sitting on the bench, and it's like it's awesome to have these connections, but in a weird way, it's also crazy how I love having, whether it's through music or items or seeing things, where you just have these memories come back, flooding back of people in your life. And
it's a way to say what you didn't know or have a chance or didn't realize you needed to say, or you wish you would have said. It's kind of wonderful. Maybe there's some downsides to it. I'm not too sure, but it is, I think, more wonderful than not. So anyways, we left Brazil, and I'm listening to all kinds of music now. Pink Floyd, obviously, and I would literally fall asleep with my headphones on with Pink Floyd, the way the record player was like this, and over and over and over again. So David Gilmour's guitar playing, it changed my DNA. And now, so that, the way I bend, my bending came from David Gilmour. Part of my solos came from that AC/DC album. I was like, oh shit, I can do that. But that Beanie album, we got on an airplane and we left Brazil, literally turned my back on it. And then, and uprooted from another home. So when I got back to Buffalo, I couldn't stay. I loved Buffalo. I loved my family, but I needed to keep moving. So we moved. My brother and I drove to Florida. And then in Florida, I didn't know anyone there. I was missing everything. My life was literally uprooted. And that album, the sound and the emotion in that album, and the way he plays on the strings when he's playing on the classical guitar, there's one piece he does, it stops everything and it tells me everything's okay. And that album, it literally, listening to the album, it bought me time. It just made me say, this.
Oh, we lost.
Oh
Tenpen.
man!
You know what? It's okay. He'll come back. I just need to say that it's crazy how music gets us through. And I wanna play this music video real quick. This is our video that we did earlier this year for the song "In the Lights." It's a song that was actually inspired by a story that a friend partially inspired. The song itself is not about that, but it was inspired by our friend Bonnie Root, who mentioned when she sang with us a couple of shows, and she at a rehearsal, we had Christmas lights in the rehearsal room, and she mentioned something about her mother saying like, the devil's in them lights, and it was like a phrase that kind of caught me by surprise. How like he was like, don't look at them lights, the devil's in them lights. And I was just like, so it was a thing that kind of stayed with me. And the song is really about not being content with what's happening, and not sure of what's coming next, but having this sort of dark feeling that it's not going to be good.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I know we've all had that feeling that sort of like it kind of gets under our skin. It starts like bubbling and burning a little bit. And you're like, oh man, oh, Here It Comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's actually, if not the first, one of the first songs we created together when, you know,
Yep.
like all, you know, it was our newest one. And
This is definitely the Holy Broken
I love
2.0
playing that
christening song. This is In the Lights. Hopefully we'll get Mr. Persico back in the mix.
Well, there's nothing left to talk about or linger on. I just don't feel it anymore. And everybody's thoughts about it. Everybody seems to have a cure. But there's nothing really wrong. I just no longer belong. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like you said, thy will be done. Oh no, I see Satan in the light. I see Jesus in the rain. I see Buddha on the road. I see all the time change. Don't you feel the fire inside? Oh, you know the time is gone. Spare your mercy, spare your pride. In the end, we're all alone. Well, there's nothing left to put in place or reinstate, 'cause there's destiny and there's fate. And the only thing we do
Sorry, neighbors. That's it.
Yes, in the
There's
lights.
Scotty.
And he's back.
I'm back.
Back in the
Love
mix.
Laptop battery died.
Yes, we
Forgot my charger.
At the end of that, we go, sorry.
was it.
Yeah, sorry, neighbors. I said
Sorry,
sorry,
neighbors.
neighbors. At the end of that, man, I was in my living room crashing the cymbals, just like, dun, 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 and I just couldn't even believe what they were probably thinking. I mean, there was no background music; it was just me, just crashing almost on 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, imagine how annoying that would be for you to just be sitting in your living room and just all of a sudden, bam, 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 bam.
Wait, how many takes? How many takes?
Turned out all right in the song. Oh God, too many. That's why I was really like, oh, this is getting scary. They're like, probably 5. I mean, it wasn't definitely not one take. It was definitely at least 5. You know, it was just like, oh, this is getting scary.
So funny you say
Like
that.
they're probably thinking like, we gotta
It's so
move.
funny you say that because the other night I was recording and I'm watching the time frame and like, okay, I'm sounding good. It's really working. I'm almost to the end, and then fucking Zuma goes, I'm like, you gotta shut it down, start it over again.
I don't know
And
if you guys saw
that's
that.
the thing
post
that
I
would
made.
happen when I would be playing it perfectly. The computer would crash, or I would, you know,
Yeah.
it's just like it's one of those things, or like the dog would bark or something, you know, something would glitch.
Yep.
But we're doing
Well,
it, man. We're making the best of these times.
Yes, we are, man. This has been a year full of glitches, year full of barking dogs. Maybe
Making the best of
one
it.
barking dog in particular. But hey, we're getting through it. We are surviving, and again, we're doing this thing, this fundraiser. I want to just plug next week real quick. Next week, I'm doing a Christmas show. I'm just gonna be playing Christmas videos from people. It's just gonna be me drinking eggnog, playing Christmas songs, and raising money for Feeding America. So hopefully we'll reach our goal, and hopefully you can join us, and it'd be awesome. And I want to thank these 3 fine gentlemen, these holy broken people, Scott Persico beneath me right there, to my it's Kevin Browne, our drummer, and Toby Keil, bass man extreme. Thank you guys for being here. We have one more video to show, and I think that before we do, I have 2 things that I want to say. One is hold on. One
And
is,
Gio,
One with Amorous.
I mean Gio. I'm with stupid. Hold on. I want somebody to explain what is this? What is that?
what the fuck is that? That's Toby's text.
What is that? Somebody tell me, what is that? Oh my God.
What the fuck is it?
That was canned chicken. That was canned chicken. I just had to show that picture because it was that was almost our name, Canned Chicken, and that was almost our album cover.
Canned chicken.
So nasty.
Sweet Sue Gourmet Whole Chicken.
Put a version of that sticking on the wall in the rehearsal room.
Oh my God. Thank you guys for hanging out. I truly love you. I am proud to call you bandmates and brothers. And we got together and we've been making music, and just, you know, looking at 2021 on the horizon and saying, let's keep doing it, and let's keep spreading joy and happiness, and making, you know, kind of okay songs for okay people. This is our last.
Can't ask for more than that.
No. You guys have any last words? Anything you want to say before we say good night?
No,
Thank you.
just love you, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep. I'm a better player for having played with you guys. I just want to say, well,
Yeah,
better player for
you
having
know.
played with you guys. I mean, it's an understatement.
Likewise. This song is I mean that. This song is basically something that Scotty sent me recently. And I even used it for the Truck Stop Mixtape theme song, or one of the bumpers. And I don't know. I was trying to think of a Christmas song to write, and I couldn't get into the mood of Christmassy music, and I just kept thinking, what inspires me for Christmas? And I thought of my better half, Sarah. If you're watching, I love you. You inspire me every day. This song is the smallest thing that I could do, but it's we could do as a group. But it's about how, you know, we don't need necessarily gifts. We just need each other's company. We just need to take care of each other. You know, gifts are just things that, you know, it's just products. They're just items that kind of get put aside, and staying together, staying focused, and keeping each other sane. And this goes for all of us and all of our families and everyone's children and friends and people reaching out in these times. You know, the smallest thing goes the farthest. It's like just connect, say hi to people, smile, and take care of those around you, because we're all we got. And I love you all. This song is called Every Day. And
I'm gonna run downstairs so I can hear it. Love you guys.
Okay. Love you guys. Every Day, the Holy Broken. Thank you all for joining. See you next week. Be good.
Bye, everybody.
Every day. This time of year always gets me going. Folks in the spirit cheers over. Please excuse me and don't get me wrong, but it's a little too much for me. I love a party and then a chance to partake, but why leave it for a season when you can do it every day? Don't put your love inside a box. I just need your company. I don't need more gifts. I've been blessed enough. 'Cause when you stay right here with me every day, every day, every day, every day. Just like every celebration, good times ain't guaranteed. Just like every gift you get ain't what you want, but sometimes what you need. I appreciate the good and bad and all that's in between. Let's just keep on giving what we got. 'Cause baby, you got a lot. So don't put your love inside a box. I just need your company. I don't need more gifts, I've been blessed enough. 'Cause when you stay right here with me every day, put your love inside a box. I just need your company. I don't need more gifts, I've been blessed enough. 'Cause when you stay right here with me every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day. Every dinner is Thanksgiving, every night is Christmas Eve, every morning is New Year's Day. Every dinner is Thanksgiving, every night is Christmas Eve, every morning is New Year's Day. So don't put your love inside a box, I just need your company. I don't need more gifts, I've been blessed enough, 'cause when you stay right here with me, every day. So put your love inside a box, I just need your company. I don't need more gifts, I've been blessed enough, 'cause when you stay right here with me, every day. Every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day.
Merry Christmas. Be good, y'all. It's better to give than to receive.